And then we can use um, the way how can we, and now I will introduce to you how can we use some tool in order to design materials in teaching three sub-skills, um, including grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. When we mention of grammar, okay, so we may have some um, activities such as the quizzes. I mean that is we combine the way of teaching and testing. Okay, for example, you just give the way of um, top down. That means you introduce the theory and then you let the student practice. Okay, but nowadays with particularly with flip learning. Okay, that means we let the student to realize the the example, right? Some grammar point um, through the example, right? So you can use a grammar quizzes, or you can analyze the way of some reading um, from standardized tests such as TOEIC, TOEFL, IELTS, right? And then you withdraw some grammar structure from the reading part from the test, and then let the student to learn later. Okay, and for grammar, uh, you also use a ESLtower.com instead of you use a um, English profile. Okay, so you can use the ESL Tower or you can use the English page. And if you come into a4esl.org, right, I can show to you here. If you come to this, right, so you can see there are so many, right, level from easy to difficult. Okay, so you can let the student to do quizzes, and it lets you to bring it down for free. Okay, so you can come into a4esl.org um, as the tool, right, for teaching grammar. Okay, yeah, that is a teaching grammar. So as Mr. Wong already mentioned, we will send you the slide. I think I may have the questions in the end of the seminar today to check so whether you can follow the presentation or not, right? Right after the seminar, it is not wait until um, the internship. That is the reason why we don't send the slide before the seminar, right? So I want all of us may share some experience and then you pay attention to the presentation, right? The discussion, the workshops, right? So that you can understand and you raise some questions for us. Okay, that is the reason why we don't send the slide before the seminar. Okay, so here is the interface of the grammarquizzes.com. Okay, so you can also come into myenglish.labs.com, right, from which you may have some grammar point or online presentations right after each topic. Okay, when we teach any language skill, right, we cannot ignore teaching vocabulary. That is the reason why we mention teaching vocabulary, teaching grammar, and pronunciation, even though it is a sub skill, but it should mm, get a lot of attention and should prepare very carefully before teaching language skill. All right, so here we have some um, program, for example, lectutor.ca. What can we use with lectutor? I mean, we can analyze the text, we can analyze um, word family. So when we teach new word, the student not only learn the spelling, pronunciations, and the meaning, but they also need to know all the family word as well as the situations. How can they use it in the real situation? And then we can let the student to check the dictionary to search some other cases that they can use a vocabulary as authentic source. All right. So we may check the vocabulary that come when we have a some word. Uh, for example, we don't know how, how to distinguish a fact and a fact, right? So you may come into vocabulary.com and then you checks, all right? So you can find, right, something like a, they give you explanation, give you example, right? Everything in this one, right? So now we glance at um, some other website, such as visualdictionaryonline.com. For example, when you let the student to read the PDF text, so you can highlight this one, and then you can use a visual dictionary online, or you may have some other sources, and you can attach on your cell phone or any smart devices. Okay. So when we mention of teaching pronunciation, right, we can um, use the help of bbc.co.uk, right, but to check the sounds of English, if you um, just focus on the um, British English, and if you just want to consider, right, the sounds of American English, so you can come into englishphonetic.net, right? And it is also shows you the way how can we use a um, transaction. That means you can use a script, or you can um, use some. How can you transfer, right, the text into the sound of phonetics, and you let the student the habit to check the pronunciation through the dictionary and some website. Okay. For example, you let the student to check pronunciations when you teach them listening. Okay, so you can use some other website, such as you may let the student to record their voice, and then um, they can themselves do the comparison, right? For example, um, they may um, turn from the text, they can convert a text to sound and vice versa, or they can record their voice and do the comparisons with the native speaker. And you may let the student, it is a combined practice listening and speaking. That means they read and they listen and read, follow the speech of native speaker. Okay. For example, we have a English listening.com, or you may have another website, right? So I may let you to um, try some combination of speaking and listening